Yesterday, Apple launched the successor for the iPhone 15 Pro Max, the iPhone 16, 16 Pro and 16 Pro Max. And in today's video, I want to talk about all the details, all the new features, what I think about it, and should you upgrade or not. Of course, this is not going to be a long video. Yesterday I released the event recap. If you want more details on the other products, go check it out. So if you're excited, drop back to me below, subscribe to the channel. Let's talk about iPhone 16s, shall we? With the iPhone 16 being the first iPhone completely made out of the ground for Apple Intelligence, there are so many new features for the iPhone 16 lineup, specifically AI-focused features. But the iPhone 16 is not simply just AI and software features. No, it actually got so many new hardware changes, specifically on the iPhone 16s. It got the new button, the new action button, and it also got the camera button. Both of these buttons are new on the iPhone 16 lineup, which makes the iPhone 16 a huge jump, simply for this reason, from the iPhone 15. Now, we got two new customizable buttons. The action button, you can customize it for everything. Opening and locking your car, opening your garage, any type of custom command you can do on the iPhone, you can do it on the action button. While the camera button is more personalized for the camera. You can click it to open up the camera. And this is not a clickable button. This is an haptic button, just like the iPhone 8's button. Let me see if I have an iPhone 8 right here. I do. Just like the iPhone 8's button, if you click the home button, it's not clicking, it's haptic. So now you have an haptic button on the iPhone 16 and 16 Pro Max with the camera button. This button will enable you to change between settings to zoom in, zoom out. It's almost like controlling your camera, all the camera settings throughout using your finger, just by sliding and slightly pushing. If you press it very, very firmly, it will take a photo or video. If you slightly press it, it will open up the menus and then you can scroll them and slightly press it again. And then you can scroll through the setting you are trying to change. So you can zoom in, you can zoom out, you can change the aperture, so make it more blurry, less blurry. You can change the light, you can change the autofocus, you can change the EV, so the exposure, so many things you can change with this new camera button. You can take a quick video by long pressing the button, and you also can take a photo by quick pressing the button. This is cool. This is a new way to interact with your iPhone. This makes the iPhone different now from the other phones. So I do believe that Apple is pushing the iPhone towards more of a camera than you are actually thinking. So now the iPhone 16 is a very, very capable camera with two new lenses, a new 48 megapixel sensor, which I do believe will be important in the future for spatial recording, and of course a new ultra-wide camera. This new ultra-wide camera, I bet, Apple did not talk about it, but I bet is the same ultra-wide camera present on the iPhone 15 Pro Max. So I'm expecting around the same results. According to Apple, it lets in more light than the older iPhone 15 ultra-wide camera, so 2.6 times more light. But I do believe that Apple put the same sensors present on the iPhone 15 Pro, so the ultra-wide camera and the main sensor, the two exact same sensors present on this iPhone on the new iPhone 16s, for the simple reason, and that's spatial video. Apple also changed the orientation of the lenses to make it vertically, so you can now take spatial video on this iPhone. And here's my theory that I talked about and mentioned yesterday, but I did not completely describe it, and that's the Apple Vision Pro. I do believe that Apple is doing this, all of these camera changes, all of these microphone changes for the Apple Vision Pro. And the Apple Vision Pro will be the main spectator, the main product of Apple's lineup in the future. Again, why do you think they chose this position for the camera button? Well, simple. They want to incentivize people to use the camera button and to take photos and videos on the horizontal position. All for spatial video. They are preparing the succession between the iPhone to the Apple Vision Pro. So they are making the iPhone even more of a camera. So this will be your device to capture reality, and the Apple Vision Pro will be the device to experience reality. So I do believe that the Apple Vision lineup will replace the Apple iPhone lineup. Apple is cannibalizing the iPhone with the Apple Vision lineup. They are replacing it on a different way. And I do believe it's starting right now with Apple Intelligence and the camera button and the camera lenses on the iPhone 16. This will be the pivotal point between the iPhone 16 and the iPhone lineup not being the main Apple product anymore. So listen to my words, put them down on paper and pen, and in the future come back to this video and tell me if I'm wrong or right. But again, I do believe this is a very, very important upgrade for the iPhone, and let's just test this theory in the future. But again, we also got new displays, brighter displays for outside use, 2000 nits, and here, oh my god, I think it's a big upgrade. The iPhone 15 Pro Max has such a bright of display that I can go outside take video, do anything under bright sunlight and have no issues. And if this is now available on the lower end iPhones, it's a great thing. The only thing that is still not available on the iPhone 16s and makes me sad is promotion. This year, Apple did not make promotion available for the iPhone 16 lineup. Again, which is quite sad because we still have the same 60Hz display on the iPhone 16s. Is it a problem? Well, in my opinion, Apple should put the promotion display there. Most or all other smartphones do have 120Hz, and the iPhone 16 being stuck still at 60Hz is kind of an issue. But one thing is for certain, have you heard anyone outside this tech bubble on YouTube complaining? Have you? Because I haven't. And to be true to myself, Apple also knows that. So that's the reason they are not putting promotion on the iPhone 16. Maybe in 2 years we don't have any more features to put in, they will. This year, they won't. And yeah, this finishes up the iPhone 16 pretty well. It's an Apple Intelligence focused phone with the A18 chip now. It has bigger batteries which will enable more features, more tasks, better battery life. Or at least the same amount of battery life with more intensive tasks on Apple Intelligence. I would say this is more of a repackaged iPhone 15 Pro and 15 Pro Max on an aluminum body with no promotion. Again, I do believe that this iPhone 16 is pretty much the same device as the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max with 60Hz and only 2 lenses. Also, Apple also talked about the fact that these lenses now are like 4 lenses in one. Macro, ultra-wide, 2x, and the main camera. That's quite clunky, but now we have better cameras. Again, like I told you, the same camera system from the iPhone 15 Pro on the iPhone 16s. I do believe it's a great upgrade, starting at $799, going up to $899 on the Plus model. They only start with 128 GB of storage. They are not a bad deal, in my opinion. So if you still have an iPhone 14 or older, upgrade. If you have the newer iPhone 15s, wait a bit. The Apple Vision stuff is still not very enjoyable. You can still not buy the Apple Vision product, still too expensive. That future will come, I'm pretty much sure of it. Hold on a bit and buy a newer iPhone. Right now, no new iPhone 15 owner needs to upgrade. While the older iPhone 14s still have Lightning, they don't have the dynamic island, they have less battery, so worse battery life. The cameras are not 48 megapixels. It's a big jump. And also you have a 30% jump from the A18 to the A16 or the A15 present on the iPhone 14s. So I do believe it's time to upgrade. If you are looking for an iPhone right now and you have the iPhone 14 or older, the iPhone 16 is a great option. With new 4 colors that are very saturated, bright, and super beautiful, I think it's time for you to upgrade your iPhone. Go check them out on store, they are beautiful. As for the Pro models, oh my god, Apple killed it again. They have been on a streak since they released the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max. These were amazing iPhones. They firstly introduced lock, they first introduced so many cool features, titanium, new design. Oh my god, so many cool things that Apple introduced with the iPhone 15 Pro. But now they released the iPhone 16 Pro and Pro Max. We got new colors. We got the desert color. According to Apple, we also got a new black color, a new white color, and the same old natural titanium. The most important part of this event though, on the Pro Max and Pro iPhones, are specifically the camera button again, but the cameras in general. Apple gave it another bump, another jump on the camera side. You can now record 4K 120 frames per second, which simply reveals the power of the new A18 Pro. This means that the A18 Pro chip must be very powerful. I would say so powerful that it can even rival the M1 chip. I'm not wrong here. So I do believe these iPhones will be very quintessential on the future of the Apple Vision lineup. This will be a camera. Again, imagine recording something in 4K 120 frames per second. Ridiculous. Apple showed us that they recorded a music video from The Weeknd simply on the iPhone, which is crazy. The water resistance, this frame rate you can record, 4K log. They also increased the battery size, so now you can record even longer. Oh my god, this is insane. The iPhone 16 Pro and Pro Max got incredible new camera system. We also got new 40 megapixel lens, a wide lens that has no lag when taking 40 megapixel shots, so no shutter lag. This is very important for photographers and videographers that love to take photos of moving objects. Now you won't have any type of lag when taking 40 megapixels main clips and shots. And of course, the other things that are also new on this are the new 40 megapixel ultra wide camera. Why is Apple actually improving the lenses? Again, It ties in together to my other theory of the Apple Vision lineup. Apple is making the wide lens and ultra-wide lens better because they want these devices to record better spatial video. And now, with the new microphone system with spatial audio, you can now record everything in spatial technology, which in the future, Apple did not talk about that, but in the future will enable you to record a complete 3D video for your Apple Vision device. Again, the iPhone is transforming into a camera, while the Apple Vision devices will be the main product of Apple. So I do believe this is a turning point for the iPhone lineup. This will change everything. The iPhone 16 lineup marks the beginning of the end of the reign of the iPhone. This will be simply a camera. Like that, I speculated before when Apple releases the Apple Vision Pro and other devices of the Apple Vision lineup when they introduced this concept to the public in WWDC 2023. I do believe that the Apple Vision will replace the iPhone and the iPhone will be simply a camera. This is the future. Apple is cannibalizing the iPhone with the Apple Vision, and they are making the cameras better and better every year, recording better video, better audio, to simply make this a reality capture device. I do believe this is the future of the iPhone. And as far as the iPhone 16 Pro and Pro Max, they are amazing iPhones. They are even better than the iPhone 15s. And if you have an iPhone 14 or older, I do believe it's worth the upgrade. If you have an iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max and you are not a YouTuber like me, it's not worth upgrade. You still have the same USB-C port, you still can record log footage, you can still record spatial video even, you still have access to Apple Intelligence. So on that, no new front. If you love taking video and photo, it's worth the upgrade again. 4K 120 frames per second, a new audio system that actually enables you to record spatial audio so you can differentiate between different audio streams, back front audio, front audio, and so push one up, push one down, and edit your audio between the video. Should be a pretty cool feature if you are into cinema or filmmaking. But again, it's a pretty niche feature for most people that have the iPhone 15 Pro. The battery life now is better, so the battery is bigger. If that's something that justifies for you, maybe upgrade. One thing that Apple actually increased the size of was the displays and the iPhones. I completely forgot to talk about that, but now the iPhones are bigger, with bigger displays, 6.3 inches, 6.9 inches. So if you do love bigger iPhones, these are the iPhones for you, and upgrade just for that. If you don't, well, check it on the store and see if it's too big. According to Apple at least, they tried to make the growth of the iPhone as minimal as possible by decreasing the size of the bezels. So now the Pro iPhones have the smallest bezels ever on an iPhone. And this is pretty cool to see, but bigger iPhones, I don't know if it justifies a simply 0.2 inch growth on a display. But I will get one, I will test it out, and I will tell you if it's worth upgrading over the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max. Thank you guys for watching, drop a like down below, subscribe to the channel, this has been it, bye bye.